Hey there, my name is Jeremy, and this is Roll to Forge, a place dedicated to entertainment, education, and inclusion in the tabletop role-playing space. Welcome to Forge Fridays. Do you prefer experience points or milestone advancement? Today, we look at my thoughts on a crossover design between Dungeons & Dragons 5th edition and its milestone misconceptions, and a system that might have a beautiful design solution to structure it for your future games. So what's the problem? A lot of people love to use the milestone leveling method for their DnD5e campaigns. Even Wizards of the Coast use it as optional rulings in their adventure supplements for player character advancement. So what's the issue? The milestone method is not supported or guided by any mechanics. In DnD5e, the only way written mechanically in the book to progress player characters, and is supported by the mechanics of the system for structure, is by attaining the numerical experience points of the adversaries and nasties that you defeat throughout the game. This experience allows characters to break certain thresholds that say, now is when you advance. The Dungeon Master's Guide also supports this mode of play with guides in building your own monsters based on the challenge rating system, and guides on the allotment of encounters in a given session or adventuring day. The other option in the DMG offered for advancement tracking is called milestone leveling, where you gain award XP based on reaching an important destination, finding hidden information or locations, and accomplishing one in a series of goals. The issue with this in particular is that there is no mechanical guide or structure for tracking this sort of advancement. It is all very abstract, where you must decide how much an event is worth, and you can run into scenarios where pacing can get really humbly-bumbly the later the campaign goes on. Here's an example of both. For both of them, let's say the current obstacle is killing the evil king, and your players are working from level 7 to 8. The total experience points needed is, I believe, 11,000. So obstacles that could be in the way are royal assassins, guards, beasts owned by the king, deadly traps. For experience, the book instructs you that an adventuring day for a 7th level party of 4 people is 5,000 experience points worth of enemies. You can further divide this by another table that tells you the range of difficulty and experience from encounter to encounter, which is around 6 to 8 encounters depending on the GMing style. If following those rules, they could level in about 2 fictional days worth of full encounters. Now, all of that could happen in a shorter or longer span of time, but the point is that it's trackable by everyone at the table. Now, for Milestone. An important location, the King's Vault. How much experience is that one room worth? One of your players has a meaningful conversation with the prince and finds that they are his misplaced brother. Does that player receive the experience, or does it apply to all the party? You could assign numbers and time to all of these, and even if you gave all of these all experience points, the fact is that it's all abstracted with no support and a little clunky to enforce and can't be tracked by the players. The point is that there are concrete metrics in place so that everyone at the table can make informed decisions during play about experience points, because it's easy to get experience points from challenge rating, but not so much about milestone advancement, because fiction isn't challenge rating. So you have to go with your gut. In addition, it's easier to move around NPCs and creatures versus moving the vault or particular conversations with particular NPCs in a particular environment. It requires a lot of trust from players and is usually a staple in home games with an intimate circle, but not so much when first making acquaintances at random tables and conventions. So, what can we do about it? I present to you Milestone Advancement, a la Ironsworn. Ironsworn is a Powered by the Apocalypse influenced tabletop role-playing game that is written by Sean Tompkins and is available for free on DriveThruRPG. So if you want to follow along, I highly recommend you go check it out and pick it up and play that delicious game. So in Ironsworn, the pillar by which the game stands on is the vow and progress track systems. Vows are the game's word for quests, so I will be using them interchangeably. Progress tracks are drawn as a row of 10 boxes, and these boxes are filled differently with marks depending on the rank of the quest or vow. The progress tracks are used to determine how far along you are in completing a particular objective. When players in Ironsworn feel they have made achievement or reached a milestone, they mark that progress. From the mouth of the book, When you make significant progress in your quest by overcoming a critical obstacle, completing a perilous journey, solving a complex mystery, defeating a powerful threat, gaining vital support, or acquiring a crucial item, you may mark progress. Progress marked is based on the particular ranking of a vow from 1 to 5. Then, when players feel their journey has come to an end, they make a progress move using all the progress they've accumulated and put that against the challenge roll. And, should they succeed on that roll, they succeed on their vow, claim experience, and begin to find new vows, rinse and repeat. So, how can we use this as game masters to inform our players' decisions, keep track of all their storylines, and make our milestone advancement trackable and structured? First, note that everyone can basically keep a quest log of progress tracks. The entire group may have the Slay the Evil King quest, but the fighter, who is the ill-gotten brother of the prince, can mark an extra vow quest in their journal. The next part is the ranking system. DnD5e has this abstractly baked into it a la the tiers of play, ranging from 1 to 4, and have accompanying player levels. So even if you use the Ironsworn sheets, I would remove the first rank marked troublesome, and keep the last 4. This is basically representing your pacing for any particular quest. You can then assign a quest a rank, and while this may be up to the GM, it lets the players know the long-term difficulty of a quest. The next is marking progress. You can let this remain feeling abstracted and let the players decide when they feel like they reached the milestone, or you can tell them when. While this doesn't necessarily solve the numbers problem, it does now let everyone know how far along they are in any given quest, and allows them ownership on events that they feel are meaningful, enhancing their buy-in at the table. Ironsworn then has 2 methods for completing a vow, either by resolution check or by countdown clock. The resolution check can look like this for D&D. D&D has a built-in resolution mechanic, the difficulty class, or DC. I would use the DC table located on page 238 in the Dungeon Master's Guide. It states that a DC of 5 is easy at lowest, and a DC of 30 is nearly impossible at highest. And again, I would apply the last 4 of the respective tiers of play, lowest then highest, meaning that a rank 1 quest has a DC of 15 and a rank 4 has a DC of 30. Then, for every box the players have filled, this will lower the DC by 1. So a rank 1 quest with a DC of 15 that has 6 boxes filled on its progress track becomes a DC of 9. Then, a single player that speaks for the group on the particular quest will roll a d20 plus their proficiency bonus and compare results. If the player meets or beats the DC, the very next part of the quest is the climax. Should they fail the roll, they must erase all but 1 progress in that quest. Their quest is still undone, and new information springs forth. This is a wonderful opportunity for the GM to improve or prepare a plot twist. The second version is to use the progress track as a countdown clock. As players mark progress and fill the progress track up completely, the very next event that will come will be the climax of that quest. This is an indicator both for the GM and for the players, so that again they can make informed decisions about their progress. You can pick either one depending on your style of play. Now I know at the end of the day everything is a stylistic choice, depending on the table and the people around it, but aforementioned methods and tools can help bring clarity and focus to a campaign's fiction and let the players make educated decisions about their course of action within it. What's exciting as well about this is that you can apply on top of this the experience points granted by the challenge rating system, and give out a nice chunk of bonus experience at the end of a completed quest or vow. If it were me, I would make them worth something like this. Rank 1 quests are worth about 1,300 experience, Rank 2 worth around 9,500, Rank 3 with 22,000, and Rank 4 worth 40,000. These are rough calculations based on experience threshold, so adjust to your pacing and liking. Well, that's all for today. Let me know what you think of the method. I'd love to hear the feedback and have a conversation about it. In the meantime, remember to like and subscribe, and check the other video series found on this channel. This is Jeremy, signing off.